It's Monday, March 17. In the headlines, Senator Audrey Marks to be sworn into the cabinet. Climate change affecting the coconut industry. In business news, special tax benefits for manufacturers under Jamaica's special economic zone. Regionally, Caribbean Development Bank president says changes in global landscape a cause for concern. And in sports, Cavalier FC's 1-0 victory over Dumbarton in the Jamaica Premier League. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Government Senators Audrey Marks and Delano Seabright are to be sworn in today as members of Prime Minister Andrew Holness's executive. In a statement issued on Sunday, the Office of the Prime Minister confirmed that the two had been appointed to key positions within the Jamaican government. Prime Minister Holness has named Ambassador Audrey Marks as a minister in his office, tasked with overseeing efficiency, innovation, and digital transformation.
I, Audrey Patrice Marks, being appointed minister, do swear that I will do to the best of my judgment, at all times when so required, freely give my counsel and advice to the Governor General or any other person for the time being lawfully performing the functions of that office.
Senator Delano Seabright has been appointed as a junior minister of tourism.
The public affairs of Jamaica. And I do further swear that I will not on any account, at any time whatsoever, disclose the counsel, advice, opinion, or vote of any particular minister or parliamentary secretary, and that I will not, except with the authority of the cabinet, and to such extent as may be required for the good management of the affairs of Jamaica, directly or indirectly, reveal the business or proceedings of the cabinet.
The announcement was made by Prime Minister Holness on Sunday. Tax Administration Jamaica is giving employers more time to file their February statutory deductions. The deadline has been extended to Tuesday, March 18, 2025, due to challenges with the TAJ's online services. Employers who meet the new deadline can still benefit from the employment tax credit, which allows claims on statutory contributions like NHT, NIS, HART, and education tax up to 30% of income tax payable for unregulated entities. TAJ is also reminding businesses of multiple payment options, including direct funds transfers, online payments via their website, and banking platforms like Scotia Online and NCB's Payee system. Meanwhile, the Kingston Revenue Service Center will open this Saturday only to assist with the final income tax returns and other services like TRN applications and same-day driver's license processing. The Portmore Tax Office will maintain its regular Saturday hours from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more details, visit jamaicatax.gov.jm or call 888-TAX-HELP. March 20 marks the third Leadership Day conference hosted by the National College for Educational Leadership at the University of the West Indies, Mona. The hybrid event, under the theme Situating Educational Leadership in National Development, will feature keynotes, panel discussions, and a debate, all focused on turning leadership strategies into action to improve student outcomes. More in this report.
The conference aims to enhance student outcomes through innovative strategies. It will be a hybrid event with in-person sessions and live streaming on NCEL's YouTube channel. NCEL's Interim Director and Principal, Karif Clark, says the focus is on a comprehensive approach to leadership development across all levels of education.
We have 2 keynote speakers this year. We have the chair of the Education Transformation Oversight Committee, Dr. Adrian Stokes, and we also have Professor Andrew Spencer, who is president at the Caribbean Maritime University. So they will deliver the morning keynote speech and the afternoon keynote speech. And then after lunch, we'll have concurrent sessions where stakeholders, researchers, interest groups will be presenting on critical areas of leadership. And this year, we're taking a 360 approach to leadership development as we're going from the early childhood level all the way up to secondary, primary, tertiary, and even system leadership.
Mr. Clark says the event provides a crucial platform for education leaders to collaborate on best practices.
We'll also be looking at, again, those critical pieces, again, from the early childhood level, critical information being shared there in terms of strategies, and we go look at what's happening at the primary level, best practices at the primary level, best practices at the secondary level, those best practices at the tertiary level, but also critical to that, how do we pull all of this together at a system level? So we'll be touching all areas of leadership and all tiers of leadership for our Leadership Day conference.
With the free event open to pre-service and in-service teachers, school administrators, and the Ministry of Education representatives, Mr. Clark is encouraging broad participation, emphasizing the importance of taking leadership training beyond the classroom.
It's about education, which is why we have coined the theme, situating educational leadership in national development, because we want to take that approach to say that leadership of our institutions will include everybody, every stakeholders, parents, the community members, teachers, everyone who has an interest in education. We invite you to participate in our Leadership Day this year.
Interested participants can register at ncel.gov.jm or visit NCEL's social media pages for more details.
Climate change, access to affordable land, and predial larceny are all contributing factors to the shortage of coconut in the country. But CEO of the Coconut Industry Board, Sean Cameron, says work is being done to overcome these challenges. We have more in this report on the recent discussion on JIS's Get the Facts program.
Mr. Cameron says predial larceny is a major issue in the coconut industry.
Our hybridization farm, the only hybridization farm in this hemisphere, where we create the Mape and coconuts, which we distribute to our farmers, what a substitute for the Jamaican tall that was destroyed by the lethal yellow. Initially, a couple of years ago, we were using 40% of our production due to predial larceny. 40%. 40%. All right. Based on intervention, we employ rangers, we work with the local police, but the stealing is random. So what we had to do recently was invest in a security firm.
Not all farmers can afford to hire security. Mr. Cameron says in response, the Coconut Board has created a farmers group.
So we have a group of farmers working together as a team where they can share resources and then can share security. We're looking now to work with the predial larceny arm of government to help our farmers get cameras and the necessary toolkits to better able to stem and manage the predial larceny issues that we're facing.
On the matter of climate change, head of Michael Black Farm, Zachary Michael Black, explains that seasons fluctuate and farmers have learned to pivot.
Back in the days, you would say, okay, we're expecting drought from X to X time of the month. Now we have to take it week by week to see what's going to happen.
Time now for the Business Report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority, Kelly Dawn Hamilton, has confirmed participation in the upcoming April 3 Expo Jamaica event. The aim is to build wider understanding of the benefits of the Special Economic Zone. Ms. Hamilton has shared that manufacturers in the Special Economic Zone are required to pay only 7.75% to 12.5% per annum in corporate income taxes and are exempt from GCT on raw materials. Ms. Hamilton adds that investors who build out special economic zones pay zero corporate income tax on rental income earned from the property. She says legislation is being finalized to get the special economic zone developers to sell cheaper electricity to their clients. As the USAID program scales back on US presidential orders, the Bank of Jamaica highlighted the work of other agencies in building Jamaica's economy. Speaking recently, Bank of Jamaica Governor Richard Biles applauded multilateral institutions for their role in helping to drive Jamaica's economic achievements over the last 15 years. This included the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, Center for Latin American Monetary Studies, and the European Union. Biles also acknowledged the assistance of the Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean, as well as the French Development Agency. In reports from companies listed on the Jamaican Stock Exchange, we know that Blue Power Group Limited reported a 10% increase in revenue, totaling $687.49 million for the 9 months ending January 31, 2025, which resulted in a 9-month net profit of $101.30 million. Also, Image Plus Consultants Limited has advised that the company has signed a joint venture agreement with Ripon Real Estate Limited for the building of its new 20,000 square foot head office branch location at 33 Lady Musgrave Road, Kingston 5. For the trading period ending March 14, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Media and real estate holding company Kentire Holdings Jamaica Limited with 10,964,250 units traded, representing 28.28% of market sales volume. Alternative energy provider Wigton Energy Limited with 6,115,284 units traded, representing 15.77% of market sales volume. Online education provider One-on-One Educational Services Limited with 2,945,216 units traded, representing 7.6% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rates set by the Bank of Jamaica. On March 14, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $57 million purchased and US $52.67 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.47 per dollar selling the US at $157.31 and buying the US at $155.84. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $5.56 per transaction, with selling at $110.09 and buying at $104.53. The British pound yielded Forex traders $9.37 in profits, with selling at $206.49 and buying at $197.12. For our credit report tip of the day, bankruptcy is often viewed with fear and stigma, but in reality, it's really a powerful reset tool. If you are in Jamaica and you owe more than $300,000, bankruptcy can provide a structured path for rebuilding your financial life. The bankruptcy framework is designed to help you regain stability, protect essential assets, and establish financial resilience over the next 7 years. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step forward to your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
Trinidad and Tobago has a new Prime Minister. Stuart Richard Young was sworn in on Monday, March 17. becoming the country's 8th leader just months before the general election. The 50-year-old former energy minister replaces Dr. Keith Rowley, who stepped down after nearly a decade in office. In his presidential speech, Mr. Young pledged to lead with integrity and accountability, promising national reforms to create opportunities for all citizens.
As we begin this new chapter together, this is my commitment to you. I will lead with integrity, inclusion, and accountability. We will harness our unique strengths, diversity, and aspirations to build a future where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. We will put aside differences, leverage our collective experiences and expertise, and champion the necessary reforms to transform and strengthen our nation and uplift our people. I will work together with you across Trinidad and Tobago, with each and every citizen on the way forward.
In regional news, the president of the Caribbean Development Bank is sounding the alarm on global changes that could hit the region hard. Daniel Best says new United States tariffs are a major concern, with possible ripple effects for Barbados and beyond. CBC News' Crystal Hoyt has the details.
In the midst of I don't want to say violent, but violently shifting global landscape. Not even day by day or hour by hour, but tweet by tweet.
That's President of the Caribbean Development Bank, Daniel Best, commenting on the recent tariffs implemented by the U.S. administration. While he admits that the trade war ensuing will have an impact on the cost of products coming to the Caribbean, he says it's time for countries in the region to prioritize trade amongst themselves.
This is an opportunity where we draw closer as a region. This is an opportunity where what we speak about with respect to food security and trade and food security and being able to feed our people irrespective of disruptions to global supply chains, because between Guyana, Suriname, and Belize, St. Vincent and the Grenadines and other OECD countries, we can feed everyone in the Caribbean.
But beyond the effects of a trade war, the CDB president says the reduction in foreign aid is also a major worry, as it signals a reduction in services to which the region has access.
Especially in areas such as early warning systems from the National Oceanography and Atmospheric Association, or NOAA. I mean, as we move towards the Atlantic hurricane season, the instruction for NOAA to cut or reduce interaction with international agencies is a source of concern. So I'm saying all of this to say that we as a Caribbean Development Bank, we have to step up.
Mr. Best was speaking during a wide-ranging interview outlining his vision for the CDB, the challenges the Caribbean faces, and how the CDB is positioning itself to provide solutions through financing that drive development whilst not leaving future generations with crippling debt. Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
Out of Trinidad and Tobago, a promise made, a promise kept. That's how Tobago West Member of Parliament Shamfa Kojo Lewis describes Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's commitment to delivering the new Tobago Airport Terminal. Sunil Lala has more.
With the delivery of this fine facility, she has certainly become more beautiful indeed.
That's how Tobago West MP Shamfa Kojo Lewis described the realization of a brand new Tobago Airport Terminal following the practical completion of the state-of-the-art facility. She voiced her gratitude to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley for remaining steadfast and resolute to ensure the sister isle received this welcomed upgrade.
This airport, with its capacity to turn over an annual figure of 3 million passengers, will translate to jobs for my constituents, economic activity for all residents, more direct flights from across the world, attracting new markets to Tobago, a stronger, more resilient tourism industry, improving connectivity while competing globally. We're in it to win it, and the sky is the limit. Endless possibilities as a result of this fine state facility.
But she said the structure is only one part of the equation to raise the standard of tourism on the island.
If tourism is our business, then we must be serious about service. And if we really want to fill the front of the plane, then we need quality hotel rooms, and guest houses must be properly managed and maintained.
Finance Minister Colm Imbert reminded that the construction of the facility started in the middle of the pandemic, July 2020, noting that it was completed at a fraction of the cost compared to the cost of other airports.
On a cost per square meter basis, this terminal was delivered at approximately US $6,000 per square meter, significantly below the Caribbean average of approximately US $11,000 per square meter, and the global average of approximately US $13,800 per square meter. In other words, the team, NIDCO, the consultants, Airports Authority, Ministry of Finance, everybody involved, we have built more for less.
Works and Transport Minister Rohan Srinan urged Tobagonians to take full advantage of the business opportunities arising out of the new facility.
What will come out of this is a big commercial sector. There are a lot of concessionaires that can participate. It's a lot of commerce going to take place here. There's the opportunities for car rentals, duty-free shops, restaurants. A lot of concessionaires have to participate if this airport is to be successful.
Minister Imbert, meanwhile, hailed the construction of the airport, pointing out that certain features are not even seen in other Caribbean tourism destinations.
The new terminal, as you will see, is equipped with air bridges to provide passengers with a comfortable and sheltered boarding and disembarking experience. This is a first for Tobago. Not even Barbados, which is a huge tourist destination, has loading bridges.
Final completion of all remaining elements of construction are expected by the end of April, with final testing and commissioning immediately thereafter. NIDCO Chairman Herbert George said the revised contract sum for the facility is US $129.8 million. The old terminal, meanwhile, will be repurposed into a dedicated cargo and administrative center, with Tobago having for the first time a dedicated cargo terminal, allowing goods to move in and out by air with greater efficiency. The first plane with passengers will be able to utilize the new terminal building by July 2025. Sonolala, TTT News.
Still in the Tun Islands, Sandals Resorts is making another attempt to set up in Tobago. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley made the big announcement at the official event marking the practical completion of the new airport terminal on the island.
I didn't give up. After all that, recently I spoke to the leadership at Sandals, and I asked them to come look at us again. And if I was the problem, I wouldn't be there tomorrow.
On his last working day as Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley saved a major announcement that he said will be a major game changer for the Sister Isle. At the practical completion of the construction of the Tobago Airport Terminal, Dr. Rowley said he has encouraged Sandals officials, including Sandals Resorts Executive Chairman Adam Stewart, to return to the island to consider a Sandals resort. And he had a warning for certain officials in Tobago to ensure that Sandals is not once more chased away.
And you Tobagonians, especially you Fali, and you Watson, I'm inviting both of you from this platform, whenever Adam Stewart comes to Trinidad and Tobago, when he comes here in August, you, and all of you, with the Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, for the people of Tobago, for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, sit down with him. Sit down with him, and all of you become salesmen and saleswomen for the potential of Tobago. And success will be that you all manage to convince them to look at Tobago again and give Tobago one or more of those Sandals projects.
In the past few weeks before his retirement, Dr. Rowley said he has been asked about his major regrets, noting that not ensuring a Sandals model in Tobago was his major one. Dr. Rowley said he believes if this happens, in addition to the completion of the new airport terminal, it will be a turning point for the island.
St. Vincent has now become a major player with respect to arrivals. 1 week and plus arrivals in St. Vincent. That only happened because they have a Sandals, and since they've had it, their tourism has gone sky high. And of course, they could have had it because they just happened to have had a new airport that was built with assistance from Trinidad and Tobago.
He added that Tobago not only lost a hotel in Sandals years ago, but a culture change for tourism to thrive.
But we lost training because one of the high points of the Sandals model is that they have within the formation a university where people get trained in the hospitality industry.
Dr. Rowley said the new airport terminal would be a state-of-the-art facility that will not only contribute to Tobago, but the national economy.
The 3 million is aiming at being fit for purpose in 2040. So we have built in this period expecting growth and satisfactory growth that in another 15 years, what we have built today will still be fit for purpose.
The Tobago Airport Terminal is expected to have its first aircraft land at the airport in July. Sonolala, TTT News.
In sports, we begin with football. Bouncing back from their recent clash with Lionel Messi and Inter Miami, Cavalier FC returned to the Ray and Nephew Jamaica Premier League with a 1-0 victory over Dumbleholden on Sunday at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. The defending champions made several changes to their lineup following their 2-0 loss to Inter Miami in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, a round of 16 on Thursday. Notably, Captain Richard King and Christopher Ainsworth were absent as they began international duty on Monday. Despite these changes, Cavalier had little trouble securing the win, with Dwayne Busy Atkinson scoring the decisive goal in the 63rd minute. The victory marked Cavaliers' 12th of the season, bringing their points total to 48. They remain in 5th place but have narrowed the gap to just 2 points behind 4th place, Portmore United. Dumbleholden, still without a win in their last 4 matches, remain in 9th with 32 points. And that's it for the news on PBCJ. Remember, we are the People's Station.